Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with my Zodiac Stones collab swatch video for Leos. It is Leo season and my sister is a Leo, so I bow down to these lion kings. I'm very excited to show you these polishes. There are 6 Zodiac inspired polishes that are inspired by the stones related to the Leo sign, and they will be available for purchase on the By Dany Vianna website, and you should be able to pre-order them now, or if not now, very soon, from a few different stockists based in Canada, the US, and I will include that down in the description. If they're not there right now, they'll probably be on their shop websites in a few weeks for pre-order. So that's my note about that. But I'm really excited to show off these polishes. If you're not familiar, the Zodiac Stones is a collaboration between By Dany Vianna, by Vanessa Molina and Whatcha, Indie. They come together and they make beautiful polishes inspired by the Zodiac Stones. So let's get into the swatches. So we'll start by looking at lapis lazuli, and this one is a magnetic, as you can see, and it is apparently for intuition and meditation. This is described as a deep blue jelly base with blue magnetic pigment and holographic flakes and gold microflakes. I did use a base coat with this one just because it seemed super pigmented in the bottle, and I was not wrong. This is ridiculously pigmented. Honestly, it's probably going to be opaque for most people in one coat. It is a really thick and richly pigmented polish. Even when you magnetize that single coat, it still gives full opacity. This does have a bit of a galaxy look to it with those little holographic glitters. It's very sparkly, really pretty, and really rich. So if you're a fan of blues, then this one's really special. And I will recommend giving this bottle a good shake, and obviously top coat will help. This one is a clear base with brown and black irregular glitters and a gold magnetic. The gold in here is really quite luminous, and it is best when you build it up in a few coats. So that's how I'm going to show it. And those little glitters in there really do kind of remind me of rocks or stones, so it's a really interesting polish. I think for the best application experience, do what I did where you apply a coat. Don't magnetize the first coat, but then you can magnetize the subsequent coats, or you don't have to magnetize it at all. I will show it both ways. This has a really jewel-like effect when you apply the magnet, as I have on my middle finger. It's just a really pretty polish. One thing I will note with this polish is that I noticed it had a bit of a longer dry time, so do let each coat dry for a few minutes before going in with the next one, just for the best application. And this does dry quite glossy, but there's a tiny bit of texture from the glitters, but it's honestly pretty minimal. They're really flat, and this won't be difficult to remove. And I did leave the pinky finger unmagnetized if you're wondering how it looks without the magnet applied. This green is called Chrysoberyl, and it's a light green jelly base with holographic flakes. This one's for passion and creativity. This is a really pretty green with lots of hollow flakes. It's a really cute jelly. As you can guess, this one's going to be best built up in 3 coats, but even on 3 coats it will have a tiny bit of nail showing through, but it makes a really fun, squishy nail look. This one applies easily, it does dry quickly in between coats, and it also does dry quite shiny. You can probably see what I mean, where there's like a tiny bit of transparency still to the polish, even on 3 coats, but I think it looks really fun. And unfortunately, I didn't have any sun when I swatched this, but the hollow is nice and rainbowy. Here we have Peridot, and this one is just a really pretty neon green jelly base with green metallic flakes, iridescent flakes, and holographic flakes. I'm going to show it on its own as well as a topper, and this stone is for emotional balance and love. It's also the August birthstone. And it's also just super unique and really, really pretty. So if you do want to build this one up on its own, 3 coats would probably be best. But if you want a more opaque look, it would be best layered over some sort of greeny tinted jelly perhaps, or a green peridot colored cream, whatever strikes your fancy. But it works well both ways, and there's just some really gorgeous flakes in here that I really, really like. This doesn't have much texture, but it does benefit from top coat, makes it look more like a jewel. And yeah, I really like how there's such a diversity of flake sizes in this polish. And here I did one coat over chrysoberyl, and it's just like a fun green explosion. Next up is gold, and gold is for awakening and spirituality. It's a gold magnetic topper with gold sparkle, but I didn't realize that it was magnetic until later, but then I corrected my mistake and I will show it as a topper. But I think it also works really well on its own. It's just a super sparkly gold. It's very opulent looking and really beautifully done. It has a fantastic formula, so you might get opacity in 2 coats or you might need 3, but it dries quickly in between coats, and yeah, it was so easy to work with. And I wanted to show it as a topper, so I'm going to show it over a black cream and a white cream, magnetized. And I mean, honestly, you could also just wear it as a topper without applying a magnet. It's really diverse. That's what I love about toppers like this. You can just kind of choose how you want to wear it, and you get a whole bunch of different nail looks. And last but not least, we have Cat's Eye. So Cat's Eye is a blue to turquoise magnetic with microflakes and galaxy glitter. I am going to show this as a magnetic polish and then without the magnet applied, because the bottle didn't have any like magnetic sticker or note that it was magnetic, and usually if it doesn't have that, then I just assume it's not. So that was my lesson for this week. Anyway, I recommend putting down a coat and then applying another coat of polish and magnetizing that. So I'm going to do one finger sort of with the magnetic stripe, and it just creates a gorgeous jewel-like look to your nail. And then my middle finger, I sort of did like a DIY horseshoe magnet that's less strong than a 30-pound magnet, essentially stacking up 3 neodymium bar magnets together, and then so there's 6 magnets here, 3 on each side, and it kind of gives that effect. This polish does dry textured, so definitely use a glossy top coat to smooth it out and also give it as much shine as possible. But you can probably already see just how dimensional this polish is, regardless of which magnetic style you apply, and it's really, really pretty. And then I'm going to show you now the polish without the magnet applied, and then after I've done the actual application swatches, you can see the unmagnetized, and then after I'll show you the magnetized. My favorite, or the standout to me for the Leo collab, is Peridot or Peridot. Remember someone like really viciously attacked me in the comments of my video because I pronounced the polish as Peridot, but it's Peridot, even though both are absolutely correct. And honestly, if anyone tries to come at me in the comments about this, I will block you. But it's a beautiful polish. Obviously, it's like a sheer squishy, but as I showed it, you can layer it. It's so pretty with the flakes and the green. It's just really bright, and I guess it's kind of like iconic, at least because it's the August birthstone. So love that one. Let me know in the comments what you think. Raise your hand if you're a Leo. Leos are great. Fellow fire sign. I see the passion. Love it. Love the energy. I get along very well with Leos, obviously, because they're also a fire sign, and we can be feisty. So that's it for me, and have a great day wherever you are. Bye.